Hello, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Uh, Thanks everybody for coming. Just to get everything out of the way, man. I feel everybody's asking. I feel freaking fantastic. I mean, better. I just went and saw the doctor yesterday. Today's Monday, right? Yeah, yesterday, and I can breathe better than I've been able to breathe in 4 or 5 months. So he's happy with everything. I've lost 4 kilo. Um, he's happy with they took blood with my sodium level. Everything's cool. Everything's perfect. He said it just got to stay on top of it. That's all. So actually, I feel better than I did before. So it's good. It's good. Hi, Andy. Hello, Mitch. I'll say hi to Mitch. Who else did I miss? Hi, Jeff. Bobby, how you
Mamma
doing?
mia. Hello, Mark.
Is Mark
Got a
there? Mark
delay.
made it.
It's a delay
Aztec
in
is
my
here.
video, but that's
Hi,
okay.
Aztec. How are you? And he said, Aztec says hi to Mitch and me. That's
Aztec, hello.
nice.
Mark, hello.
Who else did I miss in here? Oh, I didn't see you. You were way back there, Mark. I didn't see you come in. I was bullshitting. I didn't even know it was time to go live. Okay, let's see.
We were talking about motorcycles.
Yeah, we were. So number one was my health, and the doctor is happy as shit. He added a couple of weeks on, actually, to my 3 month deal, so I go back in 3 months from now. So
Retired and living the dream. Hello.
Is it?
And hello,
hey,
Bill.
How you doing? If I was talking before to him about coming on, if you want to come on, and I think your name's Les, right?
Yeah.
Retired living the dream is Les, right? I'm so bad with names. If you want to come on and rap, I'll put a link in the comments and you can come on in a minute. Let me just get the me out of the way. So anyway, so I'm healthy. In fact, I'm going to go on a scooter ride. I've been to the house 3 times this last week. Twice this last week. So that rolls into the house. The electrical looks like it's 99% done. They're starting to smooth coat where the windows go and smooth coat the walls. So I think everything's going to move along a lot quicker now, a lot quicker. William is here too. Hi, William. Hi, Grinch. So the house is good. The dogs at the house are gone. I don't know why. They've been gone for
hello, Joe.
2 days. Hey, Joe. And there's William. So I'll go there today and find out. I think I'm gonna actually start up the little wave, the 100, and ride that over there today. Let's see. Yeah, it is Aztec. It's pretty cool. I'm pretty happy. I've got to go over a couple of things with the brother as far as I'm a little. I think I have to buy another pump. I've tried to get him. I bought the pump that we're going to have in the house, which is the one that has the regulator on it, the pressure regulator. And for 2 months, I've been asking him, because I cut off the water. What we did was, for the first month, I bought that, or he bought it. He bought that pump because that's the one he's going to put in the house. Brought it over to the neighbors. The neighbors let us tap into his water tank and supplied for the first month with water. And then I paid his electric bill, which was like 1,500 baht. At the end of that, I had already had the well in. So I bought that green tank, filled it up, and told him, let's move that over here because I don't have any protection on that pump, that in the one in the well, the deep water one. And sure enough, no, 2 months he didn't do it. And she told me yesterday or day before when they say they got no water. He says it's the water levels dropped, which I know. I sent my guy over there. My guy said the pump's been deadheaded and somebody turned off the water and left the pump on, so the pump just sat there and banged for God knows how long and just took a shit. And there's no way that it ran out of water. So I ordered another one yesterday, 3,200 baht. That's for the 220 volt one. So hopefully that'll come in the next 2 days. They'll borrow some water from the neighbor for the couple of days, and I'll get that put in. So that was the only bummer. It's kind of a weird situation with Thai people and understanding them, because me being from the United States and being from the United States, it's if somebody doesn't do something, I just start yelling, and you can't do that here in Thailand. So I tried to get my wife, how do you explain this to me? I said, I don't know what to do, I said, the only thing I can think of is I'm going to go to your brother. I'm going to say either move the pump by noon tomorrow, or I'm having somebody come in and move it for you and I'll pay them. And she still didn't answer me yes or no. Thai people are always got a smile on their face and can't ever get, aggravated about nothing. So I've kept a pretty good attitude. I never yelled. I just didn't know what to do. It's hard when you're doing that, and then you've got the language barrier. It makes it hard.
Yeah.
And hey, Richard, how you doing? And so anyway, the house is going great. Probably gonna have to drop a new pump. Kind of have a hard time between the brother that builds the wall. He likes to drink. A couple of the guys that are building the house, they like to drink. So my brother doesn't like me having the brother that's building the wall there, because he thinks he instigates his guys to drink. So I got to wait a little while. It's a fun thing, but otherwise I'm pretty happy about the house. House looks good. Am I missing any questions? Thanks for the love.
Thank you, Richard.
Nice screen.
I got help from a guy, Richard Travel. Helped me with the fade.
It does look good. It's better than mine. Mine's got little corners here somewhere, but I'll have to figure it out. So let's see. I covered me. I covered my health. I covered the house pretty much. The dogs that were there that aren't there, I don't know where they are. Been feeding them, so I don't know why they took off.
Wow, 22 people watching. Awesome.
Wow, cool. So what's next? I got to put in at least my 2 cents on the sandbox, because I hear everybody saying, oh, it ain't going to work. It ain't going to do this. It ain't going to do that. I just can't. Oh, you're in the laundromat. Can you do some laundry for me? Or,
I'm actually that's the prison laundry room.
You in prison in Italy or in the United States?
U.S.
Those look like Italian dryers. Okay. Anyway, I hear people saying it ain't going to work. It ain't going to do this. It ain't going to do that. It depends on what it's going to be used for. For what they originally intended it to use for tourism, probably not. Okay, because people are wanting to come here, wanting to go to the bars or whatever. The families will probably still come. They can still go to the beach. They can still go eat at the restaurant. They can still, do what they want. But I think that Thailand is smart enough that within a week or two, if not before it even starts, they're going to start opening stuff up. If they see that the people aren't coming, they're going to open it up. I guarantee it. Just like they said they want to open up the country wide open in the middle of October. I think they're going to do that too. And some people say, oh no, they can't do that. You know what? Everybody's got to get poked with that needle and get their shots, the ones that want to. And then after that, it's the flu. You go once a year, you get your booster shot like you do for the flu. If this thing, once you get the vaccine, which my daughter called me yesterday for Father's Day, and happy Father's Day to everybody out there, and begged me not to get the shot. But once that's done, it's the flu. I mean, you're not going to die from it, right? So you got to. Thailand has to open up. I mean, I just can't see, Pattaya and all the big tourist areas taking another setback. It would kill it. It would kill it. And I think that Thailand is smart enough to understand that, and they're gonna do something. I'm a firm believer in that. And then I also told from the very beginning, when I watched it before, once the recovery rates got above the infection rates, everything went good. And they've been doubling it. 2,000 infected, 4,000 recovered. They've been killing it the last 3-4 days. So I think everything's on the, as far as I'm concerned, this is my opinion. Of course, everybody knows that, the recovery rate is way above twice what the infection rate is. So I think everything's going to be good. And like I said, they have to. And the people that are going to come, I know Mark has talked about it. I was on with him last night on another channel, and I would say the name, but I can't remember the name. Hey, Joe, how you doing? Hi, Gift. Tommy J, how are you?
Tommy J, hello.
You know, if it's a no-brainer for me if I was in the States and I had to spend 2 weeks either quarantined in Bangkok or quarantine on the island of Phuket. I mean, it's a no-brainer for me. There's so much stuff to do on Phuket. It's ridiculous. So that's what they'll do. They'll get those people, and then the only ones that they won't get is the ones that don't want to get the vaccination. Then they'll have to go to Bangkok and do the 14 days in a queue there in a hotel room. Like I said, I told my daughter, I wasn't going to do it. I don't know if I can live up to that because I won't be able to come. I said, I won't be able to come and see you guys. She goes, Dad, who cares? You don't have to come here. We can chat on FaceTime. She said, you don't need to come back here. So she's really against it. She's really against it big time. Hey, Bob, how you doing? Who else did I do? COVID has got a foothold. Yeah, to a certain extent, Les, I just can't. In the middle of October, 3 months from now, I mean, I don't know how many. What do they got? I don't know the numbers. I had to write this crap down, but I think it's like 6 million shots they've given here in Thailand, and that was only in the last month and a half or something. So if they have 80% of Thailand vaccinated, it's going to be like the United States. Sooner or later, you got to call it the flu. I mean, you have to. If it's something you get that makes you sick and doesn't kill you, although the flu can kill you, and so will this, I'm sure they're going to come to find out. But then it's the flu. You get your booster shots whenever you're supposed to get your flu shots, and you're good for the year or 6 months or whatever the case may be. So we lose track of time. I know it's hard, isn't it? Everything. What did Mark say? Let's see. He's got something for all your Australians. I have some news. I've been granted my parole. Yeah, I kind of told him.
Oscar trash.
This is 10% of the population. Is what? 6 million is 10% of the population? I'm missing. 6 million. Oh, okay, 6 million out of 70 million. Yeah, it was only in a month. So they got 3 months, so they're going to get what? They'll probably boost that to at least 10, 15 million, hopefully, if they get the vaccines. Okay, if it comes down to October, middle of October, and they have less than 50% vaccinated, then there's going to be a problem. I agree with that. But if they get at least 70 or 80%, open it up. I know that a lot of people are Thai people, at least my wife says, they're afraid that the Americans can go and get fake deals that say that they've been vaccinated, and they're worried about that. But if they're vaccinated here in Thailand, they shouldn't have to worry about it, except they're going to get sick. They're not going to die. So I don't know. Is that 10% vaccinated, though? It's only been a month, right? Or something like that, since they've really started that 6 million. And I don't even know, that 6 million might even be less, because they might have only got one shot. My wife's gotten both. My mother and father-in-law have only gotten one. They don't get their next one until October 1st. And I don't get mine until October because I can't take that Sinovac or whatever. or they say it's not good for somebody over 60. So let's see. I'm going to put it up. If you want to, we'll talk about the vaccine. I want to try to get. I'm going to put this up, Les. The little deal. All you do is click on this, and you'll come into the stream. I'm going to put it in there now.
Hey, Dave.
You.
My audio and video is totally out of sync. So that's why I've got the drop bear up there in my place.
Oh, I thought that was you for a minute. I didn't realize.
No, I got braces, so I'm good to go.
I thought you just froze for a minute.
Yeah, I was buffering.
So that StreamYard thing there, if you click on that, I show you here. And if you want to come in, we can kind of rap about.
Let me try it again here.
I value your opinion.
I'll put my hand up. 1, 2, 3, about 3 seconds maybe.
Yeah, that's weird. It's never done that before. It's always been okay, right?
Yeah, that's the first time.
It says there's many fake vaccines being sold in poor countries.
Let me go back to Rome. I love this picture.
Yeah, the fake documents my wife's worried about as far as that. But I said you're vaccinated, and you know what the bitch is now is I can't get the vaccine. She can travel anywhere in Thailand and not have to do a 14-day queue. If we go to visit, the kid has dance or something in Bangkok, and we go there, I got to do a 14-day queue when I get back here. All right, here's Les. Here we go. There you are. Can you hear me?
Seems better, he says.
Huh. Trial version.
I can't hear you. You got no audio.
Trial version.
Trial version.
Are you hearing that?
Yeah.
Trial version.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Trial version.
Can you?
Maybe I can't.
Maybe you can only go with. Oh, you did.
2?
Okay.
Trial version.
Yeah.
Tell you what. Let me jump off
and see if it gets better. Hold on 1 second.
Trial version.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Mitch.
Would you call me a goat head?
Trial version.
Right. Try it again, Les. Can you hear? No, I still got
trial version.
It still says trial version. What the hell does that mean? I believe some people are skipping.
Trial version.
Well, crap. And now I got to listen to trial version for the next
trial
hour?
Version.
All right, I'm telling you what I'm going to do.
Trial version.
I'm going to end this stream and then start another one. Let's see what
trial version.
Bob comes in. Hold on, Bob. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Trial version.
I hear you, so I don't know what it is. It's you, Les. I don't know why. I'm going to try.
Version.
I'm going to. Is it the first time? I can read your lips, but I'm going to end it.
Trial
try
version.
to come back and see if that trial version goes away, and then try to come back in. Hey, Bob, how are you, man?
Yeah, I'm okay, man.
Good
this isn't screwing shit up, is it?
No, you sound good.
Yeah, I never done it.
There? I talked to do you know what is udon? What color? Are they the same color as sarin, or do you know?
I don't know. I know of last month they had 1 case, so it's got to be pretty low.
So I told Nitnoy that I wanted to go if we could, and because I know that I saw it on Chuck and Paige's deal, they went to udon 2 or 3 times. My understanding is if you go to a Providence that's your same color level, that you can come back without doing a queue, a 14-day queue. So
I don't know. Right now, what I would do is just, unless it's absolutely necessary, stay your ass home until they get a better handle on this. you
Well, I
know.
wouldn't even mind. Yeah, you're probably right. In fact, my wife would probably say the same thing. Yeah, I'm going to put this back in, Les. I'm going to put in the stream again and try it again. Well, I know, and I'm not a text guy either, Mitch. But I'd like to get over there. I know he's been traveling back and forth to he's in Tatpanome and Phnom
Yeah.
Penh. I don't know how to say the names. He's been driving there because they have the pools open in the other one, and he likes to swim, I guess. And so they go there. They've been there for a few days, and I think they said they were coming to Ubon. Going to go to Ubon. I don't know if they're going to make it as far as Surin. I still haven't met up with
Well,
them.
we go to Udon Thani once a month. We go to Tusco Lotus and the Macro, but that's the extent of our travel. You know,
Yeah.
we haven't seen any roadblocks or any checks. It's just everybody's so weary. Like I said, just stay your ass home unless it's an emergency.
All right, let's just showed up. Let's see if it happens again. Here we go. Can you hear me? I haven't heard trial version.
Trial version.
No, trial version. I don't understand that. You just on your phone, Les?
Trial version.
Or are you on your computer?
Trial version.
I don't know why it's doing that. I ain't got a clue. I'm gonna have to ask.
Trial version.
I just clicked on a few windows and poof, well, here we are.
Yeah,
Trial version.
yeah, it shouldn't make any difference. It should just go. Well, I'm gonna have to figure out what it is, Les, and
Trial
then
version.
hopefully figure it out by the next live stream, and we'll try it again. Mitch, you want to come back on? You can come back. Beyond, I don't know what it is. Yeah, tech stuff. I know. Yeah, you're probably right. My wife wouldn't let me go anyway. But I am looking into buying one of those Forza 350s, so I can do some traveling. A lot of people are going to get them.
Don't you need a special driver's license for that?
Yeah, I got to
Anything
go.
else?
I just got my driver's license. Right
Hey!
before. Yeah, not my Thai driver's license, my American driver's license. What happened was, I went about 2.5, 3 months ago, and they told me they were shut down. No one's getting their driver's license. Not Thai people, not Americans, no one, no for long, nothing. She said, come back in a couple of months. We're not giving them to anybody. I said, okay. I said, what happens if I get pulled over? She said, just show your expired deal. I said, okay. Well, I went online. They did it online. I don't know how. I've got the same picture that I've had for 20 years. I think I've gotten 4 extensions for 5 years. They wouldn't do it before. Well, I sent it to my mom. My mom sent it to me. And I just talked to Nitnoy yesterday, and I said, let's set up and go in. I want my car and I want my scooter, licenses. So we're going to go hopefully this week. And if I do go, I'll video as much of it as I can, and so people can get get an idea of what it's like to get a license. I'm sure there's a bunch of people that have done
Well,
it.
I hear it's a lot of fun.
You what?
I don't. I said I hear it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, since I've been in Thailand, I got a whole different frame of mind now. I don't care if I got to come back tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. If all this shit happened, when I first got here, I would have packed my bags and went back. But like you said, you've been here a long time. You get used to it. You just go, okay, I'll see you.
I love Thailand, so if I got to put up with 1 or 2 days of bullshit 4 or 5 times a year, I'm good with that. Now, like you said before, no, I'm going to let Mitch and Mark. Yeah, I don't know what that deal was with Les. Hey, how you doing, Mark?
Sabadi Mai, everybody. Sabadi Mai.
Happy Father's Day, everybody. Whoever's had children. Whoever felt the need to what do you call it? Procreate. Have
Procreate.
Procreate. That's how sharp I am, right?
I always procrastinated about procreating.
Trial
I should,
version.
no, I shouldn't have. I love my
Trial version.
children. Like I said, my
Trial
daughter called
version.
me and just yeah, trial version. Just absolutely begged me not to get it. I mean, made me promise not to get the shot, and everything. So,
Yes, Bill, it's cold here today. I think it's about 6 degrees out.
I got one of those. Can you see? In Thailand,
Let's see if my
never ever.
You know,
hand up in the
Dave?
air. 1, 2, 3. Oh
You're
well, no
still
worries.
lagging. What about you, Mark? Are you lagging? Talk for a minute.
Well, I'm talking. This might be for Les next week, or if he wants to try again. I'm talking to you. I'm video streaming from my iPhone, and but I'm sort of type. If I type on my computer because I couldn't get it to work off my laptop the first time I tried it. So I just went straight to my iPhone, and everything seems to work. But there is a little bit of a lag. There's about 4 or 5 seconds lag between my hand movement here and then what shows up on the laptop. So the iPhone's ahead of it.
That's normal.
Yes, trial version.
It's StreamYard. It's StreamYard, not anything else. StreamYard is the delay. But because I look at mine just to see who's trying to catch.
William.
yeah, you don't look delayed at all. I'm a little bit, just a tiny bit. What about you, Bob? Talk for a minute.
I've been tired lately. I don't know about lagging.
Yeah, I'm dragging.
Yeah.
Just so you guys know, Mark got the okay to get out of prison, and he's allowed to come to Thailand, and going to be coming within probably the next 4 to 6 weeks.
Well, so great plans of mice and men. My mum rang my niece last night. My niece rings me today and says, you can't go before August because I want you to be at my wedding. So I have a wedding in the 3rd week of August. So I'll get the wedding out of the way and then I'll come over because part of my deal with the Australian government to get out is I'm leaving indefinitely. Indefinitely means until this situation resolves itself. And then I'm not looking to come back to Australia for at least a couple of years. So
you can't have her take a laptop to the wedding, FaceTime. So God, I wish I was there, but
yeah. Look, I've waited now. 18 months since I've been in Thailand. I've waited 18 months, so another 80 days is not going to kill me. So, and
you got a lot of stuff you got to get together too, right?
Well, I've got a little bits, and I couldn't. I thought about hopping on a plane in about 3 weeks' time, but when my niece rang me and she's pleading with me to make sure I'm at the wedding. So, yeah.
Well, the only thing too is that that's going to give you time to see how this sandbox thing works out in Phuket too.
Well,
it might be open in Pattaya by then.
Well, that's right. Not that you can believe anything that the Thai government says until it's written in the Royal Gazette, but they are talking about, if it works for Phuket, they're talking about maybe having like a road towards Pattaya, for example, or Pattaya, for example, which would suit me because I'm in Rayong. I'm only 45 minutes, 50 minutes away. But look, like you said a little bit earlier, Dave, if I have to do 14 weeks on Phuket and my partner can just fly across and have a negative COVID test and come across and join me, I'd do my 14 days standing on my head in Phuket. But you know what? As I said 5 minutes ago, I've waited this long. If I'm forced to sit in a hotel room somewhere, I'll sit in a hotel room for somewhere and I'll just wave to my missus outside the window. So on my budget, it'll be at the ground floor. It'll be her next to a dumpster and me looking through the window straight at eye level. So, yeah.
Well, it'll be a lot. It'd be a lot nicer if they have one there. I heard the second place that they're supposed to go towards, this is just hearsay, is Hua Hin is supposed to be and that was supposed to be in October. But if they're wide open in October, you know, you might not have to worry about nothing, depending on when you're going to come. But
Well,
I know if it was me, I would be leaving the night of the wedding. I would be leaving. We have a flight the hell out of there.
Part of the exemption is I have 90 days to get out. So I got my exemption on Saturday, which was the 19th, I think. 19th, what's today? 21st today. So I have to be out of Australia or reapply by the 19th of September. So.
Oh, okay. So you'll be out before.
Oh, well, I have to be. So her wedding, she's actually brought it forward. They were going to have a wedding after we have a very famous game here in Australia called the Grand Final, which is AFL, which is the only football game that's in the world, actually. But anyway, we won't go down that path. But they were going to have it after September. But because I said, listen, I have to be out by the 19th of September, so she rang her fiance and said, listen, if we have it at the nearly the last week of August. So August is a little bit dicey weather. It's springtime, and we do have quite a little bit of wet weather in the springtime in August, end of the winter, starting into spring. So anyway, I said that I would be there. So I'm her favourite uncle.
And you're not liquidating, right? You're keeping homes, cars, land, whatever you have, or are you getting rid of stuff?
Well, look, I'm gonna give my mum my car. Just give it to her. So I bought it. I've always had company cars, and when I left full-time employment and took up a consulting role in 2019. I had to go and actually pay for my own fuel and buy a car. So I bought a 2018 Toyota Camry. Mum's got a 2010 Toyota Camry, so she's just going to sell that. I'll give her mine. Makes no difference. Makes no difference to me. They're a great car. As for my property here, so I downsized in 2019, and because I thought I'd be doing a lot more travel between Australia and Thailand, so I got myself an apartment here, 10 minutes out of Melbourne City. I'm going to probably keep that, so I've got an Australian base. But for everything else, it's going to be a free-for-all for my niece and her fiance over some of my tools. Some of my tools, because I'm a Sparky by trade, some of my tools I will bring over to Thailand. And the rest of my boat I've already sold, my four-wheel drive I've already sold. I've offloaded a commercial property. So, yeah. It'll be not half a 10 by 10 foot container or something that I'll ship over with paintings and that drop bear behind me. That's a drop bear, by the way, for our American viewers. That's going to stay here. So yeah.
Okay. I didn't see it. How you doing, Oz? Oz says funny how they're talking about Luhin when on the weekend it's where the most people in Bangkok go. Yeah. I don't know. Like I said, it just if they can't get the vaccine from the USA, from Russia, from wherever, China, wherever they got to get it.
Electrician time to get going.
Yeah, they've got to. Hey, Bobby, what's up? They've got to get it done, man. They've got to do it. They don't have a. As far as I'm concerned, they don't have a choice, man. They have to do it because it's going to everything's going to die. And I know that they know that deep down. I know that's why he threw out that middle of October, deal. And I think it's a realistic deal if they get the vaccine. Right now, the biggest problem that I've seen here in Surin, and I don't know what it's like in Bangkok, is that, we're going to be out of this on Tuesday. We're not going to be able to give any more vaccinations till we get another load of vaccine. Everything went to Bangkok from what I understand. Okay. So if they get the vaccine, I don't think they'll have a problem having 70-80% of the country vaccinated by the middle of October. Because what are we at? Well, we're kind of in the middle of the June, July, August, September, 4 months. So, I think it's feasible. But they need to do that, and they need to. I'm trying to keep up with these comments too. They just it's got to go. It's got to be treated like the flu. I hate to say it, but it's got to be treated like the flu. And as far as I'm concerned, especially in the first phase that came through here, how many people died in Thailand in a year? 89, 92, something like that. Granted, the second wave kind of hit a little bit harder, but still 1,500 since for a year and a half. They have to have more people that died from the regular flu than 1,500 in a year and a half. So they've got to just treat it like the flu. They've got to. They got to get everything open. People aren't going to come to the island, to Phuket, especially people that are coming to party, 40 years old, 35s, 30-year-olds, that all they want to do is they want to go to bars and meet women and drink all night and have a good time. They're not going to come. What are they going to come for? Run around the island to see the beaches? They're not coming to Thailand for the beaches. The families are coming to Thailand for the beaches. So they're still going to get those, I think. I mean, if I was offered and I wanted to go to Thailand and I really loved Thailand, and my option was I have 2 weeks off, I can go to Phuket and spend 2 weeks, and especially the way the rates are and everything, I'd go to Phuket. And people will say, well, what happens if you have a false positive? I forgot to tell you guys that too. When I went in, the day I went into the ICU, I've been dreading them sticking that freaking thing in my nose. I said, I've seen that done. They're digging for the guy's brain. And this gal came in and my doctor said, you got to take the test. I said, son of a bitch. So she came over, and by the time I closed my eyes, by the time I was going to go, holy crap, I looked out and she was already done, pulled it out. So it wasn't 1/10 of what I thought it was going to be. And, but the problem is this false positive bullshit. Because if you come in and you get a false positive, especially if you're flying into Bangkok, they'll send you to a freaking camp, or whatever they're calling those. And they don't have, air conditioning. They ain't got shit. I would die. There's no doubt that if they sent me to one of those places without air, I would die. But my breathing is 10 times better now, even with the heat. I breathe better now than I did 6 months ago. So the problem, at least I know, I understand, and I can control. And the control part is the major issue. But the people that are going to come to Thailand, they got to do that. They got to immediately jump on getting everything open. They got to come down I would say probably Pattaya would be the first place I would open up, the second one, and the third one on the other side, Hua Hin, and then maybe one in Isan somewhere. I don't know. By then, I think the whole thing will be wide open. Excuse me, too. Let me. Can anybody tell me what the sound and the video is like?
Yeah, good, Dave. Good.
Is it good? Hey, you got to see this. Can you see that? Webcam, full HD, 1080. It's the microphone that's in this little cam, and it's the camera. I paid 305 baht for it from Lasada. And then they charged me like 350 baht with shipping. So what is that, like $11? $12? I don't even know.
Yeah.
$12 I paid for it because my 9 was overheating. Oh, there's Mitch.
Oh,
Are you back in sync?
Can't figure this thing out. Delay.
Yeah, a little bit of a delay.
Damn.
Huh.
Darn.
I'm tired. It sounds good. Thanks. Yeah, I think it, like I said, 330 or 50 baht for the thing. Thanks, Brock. Cool. I'm glad. Because I was, I didn't want to really use the 9. I mean, I had it, so I figured, why spend money on a camera? And I saw this one, I'm going, it's autofocus, it's 1080p, and I can only get 720 on, unless I pay more money to StreamYard to get 1080. and for $12, $13, I'm gonna try it. And it's a USB, plug it right in, plug and play, takes off. It's perfect. Perfect. Thanks. I'm looking forward to it. Am I missing anything? Put them back in, guys. William says,
Sorry about that.
Let me say, I love retirement now, Mark, despite loving my working career and working colleagues. Yeah, that's a problem I have with my wife. She loves her job. I don't think she's going to ever quit. No, it says you should love your gadgets. I got so much crap here. You're right, Woz. And I don't use, I use my 9 quite a bit. And I use this is a lot of people don't like the GoPros, but
Hello, Johnny.
great,
Johnny Siam in the house.
hey, Johnny, how you doing? And this Comica, I have two of
Johnny.
two of the transmitters. So you can do stereo or you can do 2 people talking. And I really like the wireless.
Up to you in the house too. Hey there.
Up to you. How are you? I hope
Big delay
everything's
on
well.
mine.
Good to see you. So I guess to get back to what I originally was ranting on was they got to open it up, man. I just cannot see it. And I think there's going to be a lot more options for you, Mark, by the time you come in 2 months. I think there's going to be a lot more options.
Look, ever since that, me and my partner were been discussing my permanent move to Thailand. We started discussing it probably at the start of the year, and she's been going nuts on Facebook groups looking for homes and all sorts of things. So, and then I rang her on Saturday afternoon and said, "Listen, you'll never guess I got my exemption." So all Sunday she's just been saying, "Do you want to have a look at this house? I want you to have a look at this." I said, "Just relax. I'll be there. We'll have a look." So
the good thing about now you're going to rent, right? Or you're going to lease something for a year or whatever.
Look, because I've been travelling there, 12 times since 2018, and I had 10 trips in before that since 2016. I know the area, but look, trying to get her to calm down a little bit. You know what it's like, Thai people.
Right.
So, but look, as Warren Gerdes said on one of his chats, and he said to me privately as well, if I come over there, I have to pay rent. And I said this to you, Dave, and you and I have had a private conversation about this as well. If I come over there, I have to pay rent. So if I'm going to pay rent to somebody else, why not just pay rent to her and she can have an asset? I can kick in money for the deposit. She's got a successful little business. It generates not a huge amount, but it generates enough that looks good on a bank loan. So we set a budget of around 3.5 to 4 million baht. We can get a nice little house, maybe a swimming pool in the backyard, not far off the beach, not far from Tesco Lotus, not far from everywhere.
That's what I did, and it worked out perfect. Perfect. That's what she got a loan, and she already owned the property, which helped. But you're talking about like buying a house like he did, that's being built in a complex type thing. Is that what you're talking about?
No, probably it'll be a standalone house, but something that's already built. I suppose everybody that's on this forum has probably built a house eventually. I've built 2 in my life. It's a pain in the ass. I did all my own electrical work on 2. To be able to sit back and not able to work and do my own stuff, I would think I would just rather just go and buy something existing. I've also bought existing homes. They're a lot less work. You can slowly renovate them to get your own personal touch. But even if you build your own home, after you've lived in it for 12 months, you'll turn around and go, you know what, I really wish I did this. So it's never going to be 100% even if you build your own. Well, in my case, never 100% if you build your own home anyway. So having an existing home, having an existing garden, when I, last March 2020 because she missed me so much. And our daughter's in international school. She's in a boarding school. She went and
Right.
bought herself a rat, a Chihuahua. So the Chihuahua needs somewhere to run around as well. So
I think now, it's, I know how excited Thai women get when they think they're going to get a home. I've seen it. I've seen the look on my mother-in-laws, my father-in-laws, the children, my wife. I mean, they're always grinning from ear to ear, but now it's like all the way to the back of their head. They just can't stop being excited. But I would say it's not bad that she's out there looking, because now's the time to buy one. I mean, I think you can get, basically it's a buyer's market, whatever you want. The only thing that, like, I talked to Joe about it, Foreigner Joe, and the prices are rising on steel and stuff. So I'm sure that existing homes are going to start to creep up a little bit, and building a home is, when steel jumps up 180%, it affects the.
I look at your channel, and I look at Foreigner Joe's channel, and I just think that there's part of me that wants to do that again. And I mean, Foreigner Joe and his partner have got their individual stamp on things, and you and Nitnoy have got your own individual stamp on things. But I can achieve that with a small renovation or a renovation anyway. So
I think so. And
yeah.
the hardest part, I think, I don't think you're going to have a problem. And I don't know what you're looking for: 2 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms, 4 bedrooms, but a 3-bedroom, 150 square meter, single story home. The only problem that I can see is the Thai people don't like to build on a big piece of property, and having a place for the pool, that might be a little bit harder to find. But I'm sure they're out there.
Look, they are. I've seen it. She's shown me photos like that. But yeah, if I was but it's like Australia now. Melbourne, previous generations, you build a house on what we called a quarter-acre block. Now these blocks, and that's what's quarter acre. Andy, can you type that in for me? Whatever quarter of an acre is. But now they're building on 400 square metres. So there's not enough room out the back to swing a cat.
Right.
So I don't know how big your land is. I don't know how big Foreigner Joe, but he's managed to build, looks like a very impressive house. I can't remember whether he's actually said how many square metres it is. But he's got room for a pool out there. So if Joe can do it. The
pool's nice. Yeah, I think so.
Beautiful.
Or even if you find somebody that ended up building, a few years ago, and they have the little bit extra property, like you said, a renovation. If you pay, $2.5 million and you put $1 million into the house, you got exactly what you wanted anyway.
Yeah.
So nothing wrong with that.
So Andy said quarter of an acre once upon a time was 1,000 square metres, and as I said, now they're building on less than half of that, and they're throwing up what we call McMansions, these like McDonald's type 2-story homes that consume all the land.
Right. See, mine is 25 meters by 15 meters, basically. One side, it's kind of on a little bit of an angle, type thing. But it basically is 25 by 15 meters.
Well, Joe's just said there he has a little under 400 square metres, and look what he's achieved. I mean,
and his property is a little bit bigger than ours too.
And that's given me great hope. And today's the 21st of June. I'm going to be there in end of August, start of September. And then I'm not going to rush out on the first Monday and go to Siam Real Estate or somewhere and go, here's my money. It might end up changing. I mean, it's a little bit different. Thai people. Sometimes you really need to be face to face to have a conversation. Speaking on video chat over line is that it might be easier once we get out there and have a look around. It might end up doing the Foreigner Joe, buying the perfect block of land in the perfect location. she likes Rayong. She's got no family there. She comes from a village up near outside of Royette, but she settled on Rayong because that's where her work took her. But there's plenty of places around Thailand that I've visited. But for me, Rayong seems to tick a few boxes. There's beautiful beaches down there. It's not far from Pattaya if I want to catch up with friends. It's 2 hours from Bangkok. So it's got mountains in the background, beautiful beaches. It's not a bad area. So
there was I got somebody sent me a deal you watch Nomad at all? Digital Nomad. He's in Rayong. He's the one that's going to build the house, and he just bought a condo for 800,000.
Yes, I was trying to think of his name last night on the live stream we did last night.
Digital
Thailand Nomad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I got an email for a 2-bedroom, 2-bath condo. They all face the ocean like that with that view. I don't know if condos what you want or whatever, but probably not with a dog and stuff.
Nah,
but for
no,
$2.5 million for a 2-bedroom ocean view. That's what if I had to pick a place off the top of my head, because I've only been down towards Koh Chang and Tarat and stuff like that, but I like the idea of Rayong. But places that I've been, I would go directly to Pachuap Kurikon. I love that place because I'm not into big city hustle bustle, and it's just like perfect. Water's perfect. Places are close. I liked it a lot. Hua Hin's close, Hua Hin wasn't bad either, but and there's a lot of nice places there. But I think you got the right idea. Rayong, I think is perfect from what I've heard and seen, but only on YouTube. But it looks like a real nice place.
Yeah, and I mean, look, I've been following Les, retired and living the dream, and he does his videos from his front porch, and we've spoken privately on Messenger, and he's not that far away from where I want to be, and it just seems so idyllic there. But then, I look at Foreigner Joe's videos, and it's so idyllic there. I look at Johnny What's Up and Johnny Something's Happening, and he's in Hua Hin. It's so idyllic there. I look in Surin. It's so idyllic there.
When I first came through, almost 2.5 years ago, Thailand Rob was who I was watching. It was pretty much the only one. I didn't search around for others because I kept on wanting to see Kamala. I go, I like this place. Look, it's small, it's ocean, beach. And I was ecstatic when I went there. My wife passed away on September 21st of 2018. I flew out a month later for 2 weeks, rented a PCX, cruised through Kamala, stayed at a real nice hotel up on the top of the hill, and came back, packed up all my stuff, and I was supposed to wait till the first of the year. And I was sitting there going, I was sitting in a big house by myself, alone, after being with the same woman for 30 years. You kind of, what the hell? I just booked a flight, hopped on a plane, took 3 suitcases, 1 carry-on, 2 suitcases, and was in there. I rented it was in a, what do they call them? Something apartment. Anyway, basically a hotel for 2 months. I booked that, and that was good for the 2 months. And then I booked a 1-bedroom house, detached, for 10,000 baht, and it included electricity and Wi-Fi and water. That was a find in Kamala. It was away from the ocean, but it was in Kamala. Then I just said, and then I said, okay, this is where I want to be. So I went up, and way in the back there was some glass front condos that had a view of the ocean, but from way far away. You had to drive inland. It was 18,000 for a 1-bedroom, state-of-the-art condo, which I thought was a good time. Never got to move in there. Met my wife, went to Surin, hooked up with her in Krabi, came back and said, this is the woman I want to be with. picked up all my stuff, shipped my bikes off to Surin, and moved into a house there. And the weirdest thing about that, I don't know if people that watch probably know, but I didn't find out until like 6 months ago. She had never lived outside of her mom and dad's house. She's 40 years old. She goes, I never moved out of my mom's house until you came and we moved into our first home. I said, you got to be kidding. I said, what about my husband? He come and stay with me and my mom and dad. I said, so you never left your mom and dad's house? He said, no. I said, boy, you're a ballsy woman. You never, but didn't know me from Adam, I mean, well, by the time I moved there, but I can't say enough about my wife. I'm the luckiest man in the world.
Well, we've had this conversation before, you and I, Dave. Second luckiest.
Yeah, exactly. My Chinese, okay, I didn't know. Let's see. My Chinese wife said she was leaving me on Boxing Day, and the New Year's Eve I was in Thailand. Yeah, there you go. I don't know. I hear horror stories. I hear, stuff, and I don't know. God, I would hope that I would know if a woman was taking advantage of me. I would know by my mom has a sick, cow. I need money. Can you give me gold? Can you? My wife never asked, to this day, has never asked me for anything.
I think, Dave, if we're going to live and be that cynical, we'd be still living in Mum's basement.
Yeah, like I said, hey, if she turns around tomorrow and turns into
I found a Mark's twin. Look at that.
Yeah, you do look like him.
Holy crap!
You're really starting to be Australian now, aren't you? Starting to take the piss out of me. I'm sorry. This one's better. Was that Bill Maher? Was it?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
My ex-mother-in-law thought I looked like Roger Nadal. So Roger
Really?
Federer. Sorry, Roger Federer. But she was very short-sighted.
I don't know. Like I said, I wasn't, when I came here, I was still in probably deep depression and all that kind of crap. But I knew that I wanted to be with somebody. I knew I didn't want to be alone. I thought it was going to be like 3 years if I lived that long down the road, which as it turns out, I probably wouldn't have lived that long because I wouldn't have been with her. I would have been stubborn as hell in Kamala. I would have got stuck in my apartment. It would have been one of those things that, God, there's a weird smell coming out of Dave's apartment when you get somebody over here. And I wouldn't have lived, because I was just stupid, stubborn, I look back on it now and go, why wouldn't you just go to the hospital? And then afterwards, after you spend $1 million baht, right, on stupidity, and the doctor says, if you would have came in 2 days before when you first noticed this, you would have spent about 2 or 3 days in the hospital and you'd have went home, just like I did this last time. 1 day in an ICU, 1 day in a private room, and I'm out, So, and then look at that, it's going to cost me $1 million baht, versus, what did I tell you guys? I spent 20,000 for the 2 days, and I'll probably get about 18 of that back from insurance.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Now I went, just so anybody that's interested that might want to know till you get your insurance in place or whatever. I went for a doctor's visit yesterday on a Sunday, walked in there, went in the morning, got a blood test, went and got something to eat, came back, blood test was back, saw the doctor, talked to him for a good 10 minutes. He prescribed me the 2 weeks worth of medicine that I was going to need extra because he extended my 3 months to come back. And all that was 1,500 baht. So what is that? $45 American. And I'll get 1,100, 1,200 of that will come back to me. But even if you didn't out of pocket, and like I had said before, because I know I had talked to Mitch Pryor when he thought he was coming to excuse me, to Thailand. I was spending close to $300 with my insurance on my medication in the United States. When I came to Thailand, I went to a doctor, changed a couple of my blood pressure deals and this kind of stuff, and I was paying under $200 without any kind of medical insurance. And now when I went in, we both go in at the same time. She only has one medication that she's on. I've got like 6 or something. They keep getting narrow. I'm not a diabetic anymore, so I don't take the diabetic.
Oh, that's good.
medication.
That's good.
Yeah. And I'm hoping that if I lose 20 kilo, I'll get off the blood pressure medications. But give me 3 months worth of medication, her 3 months worth of medication, an office visit for both of us, 2 blood tests. Everything was 12,000 baht, and I'll get and with the insurance, I'm going to get about 10, to say 10,000. So 2,000 baht for 3 months is what? That's $60, 62 American dollars for 3 months worth of doing it. So the only problem in what you really need the medical insurance for, which I would suggest to anybody, you got to get it, is in case something, you get stuck in there like I did. Can you imagine if I didn't have any insurance and I was in Australia or the UK or the United States and spent 2 months in ICU, what that bill would be? I mean, it'd be over $1 million in the United States. I know that. My wife was in getting her treatments. I think it was $10,000 a day for the just for the room. That wasn't for the medication she was getting, the extra this, that, food, whatever, just the room. So, it could have been a lot worse. So it cost me $32,000 American, which granted I wish I had now.
Yeah,
But that's why I tell anybody, you got to check into insurance. I don't know, what are you going to do about insurance?
Well, it's compulsory to get the OA visa from within Australia. It's compulsory that I have health insurance. I think off the top of my memory, $400,000, 400,000 baht minimum and 40,000 baht outpatient. I think that's an absolute minimum. But because now I don't know. There's lots of different people tell me lots of different things. But I could technically just fly out of Australia to Thailand on visa exempt, but I don't think they're doing that visa exempt. So I still need to have an appropriate visa to get into Thailand. So maybe what I'm talking is complete bollocks. I'm going to still go for the OA visa, but yeah, it is a requirement. But I did hear that they're upping the requirements now to having the COVID insurance. I know I need it as part of my COE, but I think that I've heard that it's going to be part of your every year renewing your OA visa, is that you're going to have that COVID for 100,000 US as well. So, yeah,
the deal with me is I didn't have to get that because I'm on an O visa, not an OA. So but I need to get I think I heard Chuck from No Time to Be Sad say something about how cheap it was for a foreigner in Thailand to get that insurance for COVID. It was like ridiculously cheap.
I mean, my partner pays 500 baht for her. I don't know what the value of it is. So it's 1,000 baht a year for her and her daughter. I know Les has just said I can convert to an O-type visa and no insurance required. Well, I've spent my whole adult life having private health insurance. I'm 55, going to a strange country. Well, not strange country. I would always consider having. It's just been indoctrinated into my psyche that I'd always have. Mitch is out. See you, Mitch. That I would always have private health insurance. But Les has done some great videos. If you've seen Les's videos, that he's worked out the cost of private health insurance, and it's not that expensive. I think anywhere between 20 and 30,000 baht. So 24 cents, 24 baht to the dollar. We're talking maybe $1,000. I'm paying $200 a month now for Australian private health insurance. So
yeah, I think Chuck again. I watch a lot. I watch No Time to Be Sad, obviously, but been watching for a long time. But I think that he spent, it was $800 or $1,000 for the year, and he had a very decent. He said it was a decent coverage, so that when you're, like I said, I don't know exactly how it is in Australia, but I know that it's expensive as heck in the United States to buy your own insurance. It's expensive, to have to pay for it. $1,000 a year is nothing.
No, that's right.
So, and like I said, I have extra coverage too with her. That's one reason why she won't. I guess as long as she stays working at TOT for the government, they will pay for any extra stuff that her mom and dad need. And they'll pay the children, I think, up until they're out of college. I want to say 23 or something like that. The oldest one wants to go to, she wants to come to the United States. So I'm going to try to get me and Nitnoy, hopefully this year, I'm saying November or December or something, for 3 weeks. And then I told the children the next time we go, we'll see about trying to get, them. I have to also find out, which I haven't recently, but the two children I'd like to adopt for not for a reason that their father is their father don't pay anything or anything like that, but they don't see him much, but the grandmother's really good, but I wouldn't want them to think that I was doing it. I haven't mentioned anything to them yet, but the reason that I would do it is, can they get any benefit from me? Can they get a visa easier? Can they get a passport? Can they become a citizen? I don't know. So I need to get an attorney and find out what the deal is with that.
Well, like you and I have said privately that if you could do that for the children, give them either an American passport or a UK passport or an Australian passport, it just opens up the world to them. I mean, my daughter, well, my stepdaughter, I don't like the term stepdaughter. She's my daughter.
That's it.
She's off to university next year. She studies computer programming. She writes gaming code and code for this and code for that. So she's a very intelligent young woman.
Nice.
She's learning English in this international school. So she's pretty good with that. But if she had an Australian passport or dual citizenship, but it is hideously expensive and it's a long waiting list to get Australian citizenship. It costs about, I think, $12,000 or $13,000 per adult. So I would have loved to have done it before she turned an adult, while she was a minor, because they do the minors at half price. So it would have cost me, maybe $18,000. But if I want to give,
I don't know if they do that in the U.S. or not. I don't know if it's like a money thing. I don't know if it's a money thing or if it's they need to be, because I tried to express to them both. One is 16, one is 18, and tried to express to them that they need to learn English. They'll open up so many doors and avenues and everything just with English. And the younger one, she's sharp. She knows when I say something, she understands way more than she can speak. But I think more so than her mother. But the oldest one, she doesn't want to be bothered. She wants, but she'd like to go and teach. The original plan was them to come back here. They both go to that private school. She does traditional Thai dance. The other one does singing. We were gonna open them up a little place, because here in Surin, there's no one that teaches traditional Thai dance. So, and there's a lot of people, I guess, that want that. They want to keep it, going for the culture, But Yeah, but yeah, if there's a way to do it, I want to try to find out. But see, like a lot of them, now this one I don't know, but a lot of people I know, oh, well, I'm still married to my husband. I can't get married to you. The husband wants money. Give me money and I'll give her a divorce. I would imagine it would probably be the same way if they were of that caliber. It would be the same way with their children. Oh, you want to adopt my children and give me money. My wife says no, he's not like that. But I said, I would just want them to understand it's not going to change anything except for your children's ability to better themselves. They can still come see you anytime they want. They can stay with you. They can go live with you if that's what they want. Never change that at all. Hey, Robert Mack, how you doing? I'm trying to keep up with some of the comments, but I get rambling, and I know I've missed some. So if I miss some, guys, put it back.
Do you want to put the link back up, Dave, and maybe Les can try again if he wants to come in on his phone, or Robert Mack, or anybody else wants to come on. You don't have to just have me. I'll bow out and just watch, but. Put the link back up, maybe, because I just watched a video from Robert Mack, and I expected the Dalton gang to ride into town with guns ablazing and Clint Eastwood on his hot in the tail. So, but good videos by Robert Mack. So,
all right, there you go. Hey, Craig, how you doing? A couple people popping in, popping out, popping back in. And if you guys want to, Craig, if you want to come on.
Les has got to go and do shopping. Hopefully next week, Les. Maybe try off the iPhone, Les.
I'm going to go. It's got a thing here that says having issues. So after we get done with the stream, what was it that it said? What was that?
Trial. Yard stream trial. So, yeah.
I'll ask them. In fact, I'll write that down. And I'll check that out so that next week I'd like to wrap with Les anyway.
Well, is anybody else going to knock on Dave's door?
Okay. Yeah, I haven't seen anybody yet. William. Yeah, that might be what you were on. I don't know, Les. It's kind of weird. I've never heard that. Of course, I'm not, haven't been using YardStream or haven't been using this
trial version.
StreamYard. Yeah, trial version. Yeah, I haven't been using it for years and years and years, but I've been using it for a couple months now, and I've never heard that, so I don't know. All right, well, take it easy.
So, have you got any follow up with your doctors talk about your health? So, you've been back. What's the prognosis now going forward?
He says everything's up to me. It's a treatable issue, even the thing where my heart pumps strong one way and doesn't pump as strong the other way, and the other way is the one that takes the water out. So I just have to limit my sodium and watch he gave me 2+ liters a day, and that's plenty unless I'm out. So if you're sweating a lot, he said, he tells me, you got to drink another liter of water, So I know exactly what that feels like. And he said, so that's semi controllable, and you need to lose weight. It'll be easier on your heart, easier on your knees, easier on everything. So that's what I'm trying to do. And he didn't schedule me any. He just scheduled me that week after I went in, and now 3 months. So he didn't reschedule me in every month again or anything like that. So he must like what he saw too. So
that's good.
I feel better than I felt in a long time. It's I'm not going to get out and run a marathon or anything, but I was, like I told him before, I was going to the gym until they cut the gym out and I couldn't go. I was pedaling the bike for 45 minutes, never get out of breath. I was lifting for an hour and never get out of breath. And you tell me I'm fat. I was only 1.5 kilos more than I was when I was working out. And I'm getting tired from getting out of bed and walking 10 steps to the bathroom. I'm out of breath. Something ain't right. Well, he didn't know, and I don't blame him. I mean, you just try to think about it, and you look back on it now and everything that happened, and it all makes sense, And since I've cut this sodium way back and the water, I used to be able to, I couldn't lay down because I'd get uncomfortable, and I think that's because I still had water. a little bit, not enough to make me, want to go to the hospital. And I didn't sleep. The last 4 nights, I sleep for 4 hours, maybe get up for a half hour, go to the bathroom, come back, and sleep another 4 hours. I haven't done that in 30 years.
Mhm.
So my sleeping, and of course, what he's saying is the more you sleep, that's when your body, repairs itself, your heart repairs itself. He said that's what you need to do. So I got that. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing, William. I cut out pretty much all sugar. I'm going to start exercising with just walking as soon as my knee. I blew out my left knee. My knees need to be replaced. So I've got to do that. Robert Mack knows how that is. But both of them, they wanted to replace both of my knees 10 years ago. So that 10 years ago, the bone inside my knee, when they did my ACL, actually 15 years ago, they did my ACL, they scraped some bone chips and spurs, and they took a picture. It was about the size of a quarter, bone on bone, and that was 15 years ago. So I've always been in pain. It's like normal for me. So hopefully I'll do that. When I was so big when I was in the United States, when I went into ICU, I was 300 pounds. And when I was in the United States, I thought about having my knee done. Doctor flat out told me, no, go and lose 20 pounds and then come back and we'll do your knee. Wouldn't do it at the weight I was at. So yeah, less stress. Yeah, you got it. I mean, so that's what I'm at now. I'm making my own bread, even though I'm trying to cut down on carbs. But at least when I make my own bread, I use yeast. I don't use any kind of any salt whatsoever. I put in a big hand of oregano and the red hot chili powder that they use here in Thailand, that real hot stuff. Put a bunch of that in and garlic powder, and makes a nice loaf of bread. And I'll eat a piece of that with. Now I have boiled chicken and steamed broccoli and scrambled eggs and other carrots, vegetables, and stuff like that. But it's fun, and fruit.
And there's nothing like the smell of fresh bread in the house.
Oh yeah, it's good. And it's easy for me. I like to bake. I mean, I never admitted it before in my whole life, but I like to bake. I make pizza, and I make everything. The kids love me to bake. I haven't made a cheesecake since I've been here. And when I was in Costa Rica, I was selling it by the slice in Costa Rica. The Americans were going crazy it's a New York style cheesecake, a big, thick, wedge. But they were paying $6 for it, for a slice of cheesecake. So I wasn't doing it for the money. I was doing it for fun. The cream cheese and stuff was expensive. All right, Brock.
See you, Brock. So what's next? What's next on the house? There's time to get going. Do you want to come on and give me a break? Not that I'm enjoying it, but
otherwise
we've got some other people on the chat. So
it's been an hour. It's been an hour and 20 minutes. The 16th, so we're down to about 16 people. So I was probably going to end it anyway. But if you want to come on, Bobby. Or at least in 2 days I'll do another one. Come on in the beginning. Because I think what I'm doing, I'm getting hoarse speaking. So I think I'll go ahead and, it's been an hour and 18 minutes. I think I'll go ahead and end it here. The houses, they're going to smooth coat. They're going to, I guess after that, I don't know, paint? I don't even know. They got to do tile. The electric's in. We got to do water, plumbing. They have to build the upper, where the sink and stuff go in the kitchen. Then I've got a cabinet builder coming in to build the rest of the cabinets. We bought, I think I told everybody, I bought Cat 6 cable and gave that to them. They're going to be at every TV, both the kids' room, our room, mom and dad's room. We'll have it in the kitchen, everywhere. So if anybody wants to plug in, they can plug directly into the internet. We'll also have wireless too. I think I'm going to say, I think he's going to be done by the end of August. Wow. I think that's a date he's shooting for. The bank did give him the third draw. I think they just got that today. So he'll be happy because I know he's running low on money. So I'm going to say, yeah, he's going to be done.
Mm.
But
All right, excellent.
yeah, it sounds good, Bobby. Maybe next time. All right, guys. Appreciate everybody coming. Appreciate everybody subbing, and I will catch you guys on the next one. You guys have a good day and a good Father.